everyone. This is Kathy Mason from Mason Works Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone. And I'm so honored to have my new friend, Jill Lublin, here today to talk about kindness and publicity. And really, truly, this is a huge topic to help us in 2022. So Jill, okay, so I know I've been following you, and I don't want to age us, but more than 10 years. I could keep going. But anyway, more than 10 years. So you have written, I know I have 2 of your books downstairs. Yeah, you've got 4. Well, I know I have 2 of them downstairs for sure. But anyway, and I looked for them I thought I'd be real smart, but oh well. Anyway, so tell us, how did you get inspired about using publicity as a way to get people's message out in the world?
So I've always been, it's interesting. I feel like I'm a messenger of messengers. Yes. And the truth be told, that I've always been doing it in one way or another. I actually started my career in the music business. And of course, talk about perception. That's the place, right? I learned a lot. I grew. I've always been working with entrepreneurs, small business owners, authors, speakers, coaches, consultants. And, that's where my heart is. I owned a PR agency for many years and found that most entrepreneurs, the people who where my heart is, couldn't exactly afford the, PR fees. So right. I started doing virtual publicity courses and interactive consulting. And of course, speaking all over the world now virtually is super easy. And just things changed, and I think we evolve as our message evolves, and that's what I'm always teaching people and helping others with their own message. So that's really where my talent lies, and I just kept going.
Well, I think that's what I love about this whole thing is the willingness to change. I think we're in this huge time of change right now, but the willingness to keep looking for your gifts and what inspires you and what gives you juice. And this is what publicity gives you a chance to reach your client like never before. And I mean, if you remember back when you had to do an infomercial to reach as many people as we reach just with this live, well, of course, it depends on what time of night you're on, right? But anyway, right now we're streaming to 8 different locations.
I know, it's amazing. To me, this has been an amazing blessing of expanding our reach. And the truth about publicity in today's world is this counts as publicity that we're doing right now. All of you can be doing Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, LinkedIn Lives, right. Simple, quick, easy things that'll, really make a difference. And so I think that's the support and good news for all of you is that you have the option to do publicity constantly and simply. And I like that. That's good news.
Right. And the thing is that this time period has allowed us to really go in and really work on ourselves as well, because this has been, at first there was a scare pretty much of death. This invisible thing is going to get you. And then you start looking at your life and, well, have I done what I wanted to do? Did I share what I wanted to do? And so what you're offering with your publicity work and your books and your courses is a chance for people to really, once they've discovered their divine purpose, to really share it. And it's more about just doing it. It's not hard. Why do you think people make it so hard?
I think, honestly, it's mostly fear, and listen, I understand for all of you going, oh, God, I don't know if I can promote myself. Should I promote myself? And the truth is, without promotion, who will know of your gifts? That's right. And for me, it's about putting yourself out there because you maybe have a talent in something, or you have a great product or a great service or whatever it is that you are promoting. The truth is, everybody's promoting something. And I
Right.
think that the quicker we hop on that bus and do it with a way that's in integrity and authentic to your message, to who you are, resonant to who you are. So
Right.
if you're serious, maybe you'll be more serious with your message. If you're fun, let's have some fun with your message. Like, let your personality show through and create a message that works for you.
Well, and how do you know when it's right? That's the thing that, I mean, some people fiddle, and there's this perfectionism, like the fear that if I don't get it right, I better not do it, versus just doing it.
Right. And so, Kathy, here's my response.
Okay.
Done is better than perfect. And the truth is, we are evolutionary beings. So your message will shift and change. I have systems for publicity. One of my systems is every 30 days, look at your message. Does it feel right? Is it authentic to who you are? Is it resonant? Is it making sense for you? Is it easy for you to step into every day, no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on in the world? That's when you know your message is good. And yes, it does take some shaping and some shifting, and that's all a beautiful thing, right?
Right.
So I think that what we want to do is look at the opportunity to shift our message, but also to stay, here's the words, consistent and persistent.
Right.
So if every day, think about this, actually, let me just say the thing I like people to do is every week, pick 1 hour. Maybe it's 2 30-minute segments might be easiest. If you work in 10-minute bursts, then do it like that, but do 1 hour a week of visibility building activities and watch your PR blossom. It's quite profound.
It's wonderful. And this is really, if you're inspired to be a change maker, to offer a product or service that really is part of this new earth that we're creating, there's never been a better time than to get started doing this work. And as Jill said, it's about giving yourself permission to be consistent. Like, I've been doing this show almost every Tuesday and Thursday for 3 years. By the end of this, it'll be 3 years, and and um, and it's not work. It's a delight. So that's what I think. That's the thing I'd like people to understand, is that your fear of it being overwhelming, or you can't maintain it, or you don't want to make that commitment. That's just try it. Just try it.
Yeah, and pick one thing. I have many what I call visibility building activities.
Uh-huh.
And I think that that's really important is you connect to the support of the publicity that is meaningful to you. Attending a networking event, that's meaningful publicity.
Right.
Attending and following certain reporters on social media who cover what you are into, right?
Right.
Let's see what people are talking about. Go get yourself on Google Alerts with your name and like one word of what you connect to. And this is the kind of thing that will make a big difference for all of you. 1 hour a week
Yeah.
of visibility building activities. Do whatever you want that feels good. And it might be a Facebook Live like we're doing right now.
Right.
And by the way, I think 10-minute interviews are great. Even 2 minutes. For a while, I was doing the 2-minute connecting minute, I called it. And that's it. So, the truth about news and media is that it goes very fast. Most people listen in very small chunks. So, and any of you can sound smart and good for 2 to 10 minutes. Yes, I know you can.
Yes. And I was talking to a client yesterday about this, and it's like, if you, rather than worrying about being perfect and calling it a burden, if you think of it as connection, how do you best serve, and how can you reach the people you serve, then publicity turns into a whole different dance rather than obligation. Because if you're really trying to make a difference in the world, you want as many of your audience to hear and be inspired and motivated every single day, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, whatever you can do to bring forth a message, your light, your product, your service, you are doing a great service to others. And that's what I want all of you to hear, that for me, promotion and publicity is really about stepping into the opportunity to serve others. And the more they know about you, the
Yes.
better off everybody will be.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So I love all of your books. Do you want to talk? I know we want to talk about your newest book because it's called The Profit of Kindness.
Yes. Profit of kindness.
And last year, or the year before, I interviewed Steve Farber, who his brother used to work with me before he passed, who was an amazing healer, Bill Farber. And Steve wrote a book, Love, Make It Your Business. So, and he's part of the VIP, as far as I'm concerned, the VIP world of business, where it's personal development and highly motivational. So all of a sudden, these inspirations to do that it's profitable to do good work is coming in vogue. Could you talk about that a little bit for us?
Sure. So my book is called The Profit of Kindness, and what we are is an opportunity in business to be kind, to serve, to help each other. And I think that it's really important that we connect to each other so that when you're doing business, you're doing it in good and smart ways, and that you're kind. And one of the things I recommend, Kathy, is that every day do at least one conscious act of kindness. Forget the random acts of kindness. Let's do a conscious act of kindness every single day. Random acts are good too, just saying. But imagine this. If you were to do one conscious act of kindness every day, it could be as simple as holding a door open for someone. Whatever it looks like, my friends, go do it. It'll make a world of difference. A smile. These are all completely free. And what I found in writing The Profit of Kindness is that we came up with 7 what we called pathways of kindness, return on kindness principles, rocks, because see this? Kindness rocks.
Oh, I love
So we came up with return on kindness principles, rocks. And guess what? Things like generosity, right? Things like compassion. I know I've had clients cancel recently for different reasons. Like, be compassionate. That's no problem. Let's reschedule. I mean, as long as it's not happening all the time, right? I like to say you have rules and policies, and then guess what? That is what starts and what connects you to what it is that you're putting out in the world.
Right.
So we have return on kindness principles and pathways, and that's a beautiful thing. And here's what I found. Those companies that were kind, guess what happened? They were more profitable.
Right.
They had happier clients. They had happier people who worked with them. They were more profitable and usually happier too. So, that was consistent in my findings, both small and large companies, by the way. I know kindness works. And, if what's interesting, Kathy, and what I find is that even in campaigns, Honda car company ran a big campaign about kindness. Dignity Health is out there with the Human Kindness campaign, big healthcare company. I love this. It's really infiltrated, and in a good way, our world.
That's so perfect. And what I'm seeing too is that there's a new kind of leadership, and that's how you and I met, was through a group of people that are all servant leaders. I guess that's what I want to call them. I don't know if that's a really accurate name, but Ken Blanchard made that popular. And what a servant leader does, a conscious business leader, is that they take care of their employees and their customers. It's not just the customer is the central focus. It's like happy people do great things together and build better companies. And part of what we do here at Conscious Business Zone is give that servant leader resources like you so that they can do a better job and so that they're supported in lots of ways, body, mind, and spirit. And kindness, I want to ask another question about kindness versus generosity or versus actually gratitude. Kindness and gratitude. Do they go hand in hand in your view?
Well, interestingly enough, in my return on kindness principles, generosity is one of them. Gratitude is one of them.
Oh,
In other words, be more kind, and guess what? You become more grateful, you become more expanded. All of that happens. And that is a beautiful thing.
that makes total sense. So gratitude, I think, is something that I've been working with, where at night I do a little gratitude thing, and then in the morning I do it. And it's amazing the difference that is done. So even something just as small as right as you're waking up or going to sleep, of going down a list of people that you just want to send your gratitude. You don't have to explain.
Yeah, and
Send it off.
when I wake up in the morning, I speak out 5 things I'm grateful for. I don't keep a gratitude journal. For me, it's a little too much. One more thing to do for me, right? You have to always work out for you what is right for you. But I just speak it out. Here are 5 things I'm grateful for, literally verbally. And I do it at night too, as long as I don't fall asleep first.
Well, I've gotten to the point where it's kind of I don't know, it is part of me falling asleep. And I do really think that kindness is so easy to connect with gratitude. That's why I asked. And I think that the idea of thinking about something you say before you say it and is that kind might be helpful.
Yes, great advice. Great advice, Kathy. You know, it's called non-reaction, right? And people are going to have their reactions. That doesn't mean you have to engage in that with them. So yes, be kind, practice conscious acts of kindness every single day, and watch your life change.
Right. Okay. So is there, for your book, since I haven't gotten that one yet, which I will, could you tell us if there's a process that you go through? I know in your publicity books, it's there how to, you really give us a map. Is the Profit of Kindness a map as well?
Absolutely. Yes. In Guerrilla Publicity, you know, you've seen systems. So I am about systems. And yes, we have 7 return on kindness principles, like I was saying, things like generosity, things like compassion. And actually each chapter is based in that. What do you do? And Kathy, you'll get a kick out of this. When I was writing the chapter on patience, which is one of the ways to be
Oh,
kind. Oh, what did I do? I called the utilities company and they put me on hold, I swear to God, an hour and 15 minutes. And I remember they came back and they thanked me for my patience. Now, in my brain, you know, those cartoons that, like, if they knew what I was really thinking, if they knew what I was really thinking, I was thinking, who said I was patient, right? And I've learned, you know, part of life, right, is to keep practicing this patience. So I thought it was a great irony that in the middle of the chapter on patience, I was put on hold for an hour and a half. I found it frustrating, you know, whatever, right? And part of that is, so what am I going to do with this? I'm not going to yell at the woman who answers the call. It wasn't her fault that they have these long pieces. Or, you know, how about when you're on an airplane and, you know, it's very, very late, you have to be at something on the other side. And again, they come on, and I love when they thank me for my patience. So you just kind of say, thank you. I appreciate it. And by the way, can I have an extra cocktail? But I'm teasing, not really, but there is, sometimes I feel that way. And, you know, sometimes I don't feel patient. Sometimes I have to, we all have to, right? And so one of the things I do have a year of kindness where we come together and we help each other every month in kindness, every month consistently, and get leads and referrals. It's a beautiful kindness circle. And guess what? We get to ask and connect and give leads to each other. But I also have people go into circles and go, okay, at times, one of the things we do is, what do I need to focus on? I don't want to say necessarily work on, but what do I need to focus on to be better? And that's the fun thing about gratitude that you do. I love that. As you're going to sleep, that's what's putting into your consciousness is that gratitude, and not like, ooh, what didn't work today, but here's what I'm grateful for. There's always stuff that's going to be going,
Right.
Left, right, and center, and downhill and uphill, right? But can we stay in our center and focused on what's important? In my world, it's kindness and gratitude. It sounds like in your world too. And I think if we all keep doing this, no matter what business we're in, no matter what we're doing in the world, I think the world will be a much, much better place.
And I think the opportunity to have that happen with technology, I was a beta tester. I went back and looked. I've been using Zoom since 2015. So I have recordings from back then. And I just think of the way all of this has worked out, that not that version, thank goodness, of Zoom was available in 2019, 20. But this current version, and where we can actually connect at such a high level, so we can see everyone's the same. Everyone wants love and wants happiness, wants good health, wants their family to be safe. I mean, so many human commonalities, rather than our differences from these borders that were created by, if you look at the earth from space, there's no lines on there. So I mean, we're at a whole new era of taking kindness to a global, and not just kindness in your little group, but I imagine your group's international, right?
Absolutely. And it's made up of several hundred people now, and we're growing every moment. And on top of that, we do a World Kindness Summit on November 13th, celebrating World Kindness Day. So everything I can do, we keep doing to keep the focus on kindness. And I think that's really a key.
Wow, I'll have to do something with you for that, Nick, this coming year. I didn't realize you had a World Kindness Day. Oh,
yeah. And if anybody wants to join, you maybe you can put it in the banner. You go to jilllublin.com/year of kindness.
Oh, okay. I'll put it year of kindness. Okay. So tell us some more about what you're offering. You've got a Publicity Crash Course, a free gift also that's going to be on this banner is in a minute.
Absolutely. So please, I am a publicity expert. I've written Guerrilla Publicity. I know that being out there in the world, no matter what level you choose to be, will make a huge difference. And so I've created an action guide, get it done, fill in the blanks, and a free class with me. It's a master class. It's live and interactive. You get to ask questions. And so that's at publicitycrashcourse.com/free gift. Come on, let's play. Let's get you out there, because my friends, your message matters. Kathy, it's so great to be here with you.
That's so wonderful. And I think this is really the perfect audience for these messages. The idea that we could all be in a support group with you as a mastermind, and both of your programs well, many of your programs and your books will help everyone. I'm a big fan, and I'm so excited to see what 2022 turns into, because I'm optimistic. I know not everybody is, but again, we are in a time where we can reach a huge audience for very little money and very little effort.
Absolutely.
So, and publicity isn't just press releases. That's the other thing that that people seem to have the misconception about publicity or about making content. Could you, because we have a few more minutes.
Actually, I just have, I only have 1 minute left.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it said 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
no worries. So
Okay.
what I want to do is leave you with knowing that publicity happens from the minute you walk in a door, and that means a Zoom room. It means that when your message is out there, and having a good message is important to connect your message to your authenticity, and then to put it out there in beautiful, simple, and easy ways. So really, listen up to some of the things I told you to do today. And then, of course, keep practicing those conscious acts of kindness, which also get you good PR, my friends. So good to be here with all of you.
Oh, thank you. I highly recommend all of Jill's work. I am so proud to have her on our show. And remember, you guys, you are more powerful than you know. Please share your gifts, and please look at Jill's work that it will help you share your gifts. Thank you.